What's going on, my genies? It's your girl Jennacy, and I am live and direct from my living room. Um, I hope you're all doing amazing this fine Friday. And yeah, welcome to Vlogmas Day 6. I'm super proud of myself for continuing to do this, even though some days I've been a little discouraged. Um, we are. It's crazy that we've already done nearly a week, basically, of Vlogmas, and a week of December. What the flipping heck? What the flipping heck? I'm telling you, time goes so fast. I feel like once we get past like May, after May, it's just like zoom, Christmas, Halloween doesn't even get a second anymore. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. I'm doing better than I was doing in yesterday's vlog. I remember saying that retrograde was doing the most. And honey, when I tell you the series of unfortunate events that were just occurring, even last night, like there was just so much weird vibes in that atmosphere. But I also feel like times like this allow me to do a lot of like self-reflection um on like just things like boundaries and discipline, as they both go hand in hand. And I kind of wanted to get into that today because I noticed, um, I was just noticing a few things about myself. Do you ever feel like you're learning the same lesson? Like, have you ever caught yourself in a lesson, like in a situation where you feel like you've been there before? Like, I don't know if any of you guys have had that feeling before, but I kind of wanted to touch on it because I had this weird, like, not even epiphany. I don't even know what you would call it, okay? But we're gonna get into it. But before we do, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support. I know I'm a small channel. I'm growing. I'm just trying to be consistent, and I'm trying to be that YouTube girly. Aside from the music, of course. But yeah, if you haven't already as well, go subscribe to my music channel. We're nearly on 150 subs. I want to get to 200 ASAP, especially before I drop my project, which is coming in the new year. So keep a lookout. And yeah, so I had this thought. Right, there was a situation that I was kind of dealing with, and like I just had this like weird feeling come over my body where it was like I felt like I'd been here before. Like I felt like I'd dealt with this situation before, and like that's not. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but it was definitely an eye opener where I don't feel like I've felt myself in a situation and been able to like pinpoint that um I had been there before, or okay, this is the universe giving me another situation to see if I learnt my lesson before, to see if I'm ready to go to the next level. And yes, I feel like I was there, and the whole thing to do with like boundaries and just setting boundaries just came into my head again because I feel like, oh my eye, because I feel like as much as we set boundaries for ourselves and we say, oh yeah, this is what we like, this is what we don't like, these are our non-negotiables, like there are times where our boundaries become weak, and that can be to do with like having feelings for somebody, that can have everything to do with like just having a deeper care for someone, or it could be a lot to do with self and um like you just being a caring person. Now I'm a Capricorn, and I don't know, but Capricorns, I got two messages for you today. The first one is, with boundaries needs to come discipline. So if that's something you feel like you have lacked in this year, I'm telling you, Capricorn season is approaching. We're basically here, okay? And I really need you guys to go into the new year with some strong discipline. Like, I need your discipline on 10. If it's not on 10, it needs to be on an 8, okay? And I'm trying to get myself into that mindset too, because a lot of the time we are, like, as Capricorns, we are very much people that care so deeply until we don't. But when we do, we care so deeply about people, friends. It could be a job, it could be something we're fixating on, like a new hobby or a partner. Like, especially when we get into relationships, when we start caring about somebody, having feelings for somebody, we just want to do the fucking most. We want to do the fucking most. And maybe that's just women in general, but Capricorns, I know for sure, okay? We want to work hard to make sure, we want to work hard at pleasing somebody. Like, we love that shit, okay? As well as we like to work hard in in the industries and the businesses and the, you know, the financial departments, we also love to work hard in like pleasing our person or pleasing our friends or making sure people know that we care for them deeply. But what comes with that sometimes is a weaker boundary or a weaker mindset when it comes to discipline. And it's something I wanted to touch on, seeing as we're about to be in Capricorn season. Oh my god, I'm about to be 27, guys. Ew. Ew, I mean, I'm grateful for the 27 years. I mean, let me say 26 because I'm not there yet, but I'm grateful for the 26 years. But golly, where is time going? Time is flying. Um, but yeah, like I know that I just, but yeah, it's just so important to practice discipline when setting boundaries with yourself, and that needs to go for when you're in situations where your heart is, you know, you've got a soft spot for somebody, and you know that you could, that no could just turn into yes real quick just because it's them, or like a job where you just feel like under pressure so you end up saying yes, or it could be anything, whatever it is. I need you just to stand 10 toes down on the decisions that you're making. Okay, if you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you don't want to do something, don't do it. Like, if you want something, don't entertain things that have like do not align with the things that you're trying to manifest and things that you want for yourself. Like, I'm still practicing this, but now is the best time that you could possibly do that. Put it into practice. So in January, you know, you can just, like I said, like I always say, show up. All you have to do January 1st is show up if you do the work now. So that was numero uno of things that I wanted to discuss for Capricorns today. Okay, number two. Number two, okay, and it's been coming up everywhere for me. I was actually going to get on here and do a whole reading, get my decks out and stuff, but maybe we'll do that for the next video. If that's something you're interested in, comment down below, and I might have to get my oracles and my tarot decks out because, honey. But one thing that's been coming up for me a lot recently, and let me know if it has for you as well, is the whole idea of a risk and what a risk looks like. I'm talking about risks in terms of being able to be rewarded from a risk that you've taken. Now, as we're coming to the end of the year, it's almost like I almost want to challenge myself to see how many things can I do that might feel uncomfortable. Like, what risks can I take to maximize the rest of this year? Like, we literally have 3 weeks left. What can I do in these next 3 weeks that completely shift my space where I will end up seeing results because it's different, it's uncomfortable, it's risky? Like, what rewards can I reap before what rewards can I get before the end of the year? Now, I feel like with Capricorns, we're very much, we need a plan. Sometimes we spend the time that we could have been executing the plan still planning because we just love to plan. We love a notebook. We love writing everything down. We love sticking to the plan. We don't like spontaneity. I'm talking about us January Capricorns. If you're right on, right on. But yeah, I know for myself anyway, I'm very like, I've been trying to loosen up a little bit and get more into just being spontaneous and kind of doing things, you know, in the heat of the moment, instead of always feeling like I have to have everything mapped out and planned out, because the reality is life doesn't go on like that. One thing I know about life, this life in specifics, it no go as planned. Not no go as planned, right? I have to learn to loosen up a little bit, because all of a sudden when shit don't go to plan, I'm losing my fucking hair. Like, I'm going mad. I'm getting stressed, guys. I'm panicking, anxiety. Like, I have to have everything planned out to a T. Now, maybe that's my way of like staying safe and like playing it safe and like not having to bump into any, like, you know, obstacles on the way. But also I could be like hiding myself from a bunch of opportunities and a bunch of blessings just because I don't want to just get up and do something because I need 3 weeks in advance to know that I'm doing that thing, right? So yeah, because we are heavily planners and we like to be very strategic about the things that we do, especially things that we're investing in, whether that's business ideas, whether that's friends, relationships. Us Capricorns, we're very where we just work hard, and with hard work sometimes you do need to sit down and actually think things through, and a lot of the time we do that. But this is my message to you. If you're watching this and your birthday's coming up and you're a Capricorn, this is my message to you, my second message and my final message for this video. Do something that is outside of the box. Do something that doesn't require you to plan or to spend too much time on your spreadsheets mapping it out. Do something that is like out of the ordinary before the year is up. I want you to go and do it. I'm gonna do this myself. I'm just trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. Like, I want to do something risky, but like a good risky, like not a bad risky. Like, I'm not trying to put anyone in harm's way, okay? But I want to do like something good risky, like with my music maybe, or just something maybe I wouldn't have done before. Like, maybe I'm scared to do. Like, one for the new year for myself is I really want to go on TV, but I've always been scared, so I've never I just wasn't applying. So I've actually started applying for a few things. So might see you girl on Netflix in the new year. Might see you girl on Netflix in the new year. But yeah, I have this strong urge and this strong feeling that the universe is giving me, and I'm sharing it with Capricorns because I feel like it's something for all of us. But let's just use this time before the year is up so we can actually sit back and be like, oh my god, the last 3 weeks of this year, considering the amount of stuff you've been able to do this year already, little or small, little or big, sorry, um just top it off. Let's just add a little razzle dazzle but for the end of the year, add a bit of marshmallows on top of that hot chocolate for the end of the year, girl. Go on, go on, do something risky, and let's see what rewards it delivers you. I'm really excited to see if any of you guys do this. Obviously, if you're not a Capricorn and you're watching this, feel free to like join in, like if you feel like it resonates with you. But I'm just heavy, heavy, heavy on my caps right now. um I feel like that message was definitely for us. But yeah, I will be doing both of those things because, like I said, with boundaries needs to come disciplines. Otherwise, it's not boundaries, it's just plans. Okay. So, heavy on the discipline. And I I didn't want to go too much into it, but it was definitely something that had happened recently where I had to sit down and really check myself, like, girl, is what I'm doing right now, does it serve the future me? Like, does it, like, or am I just doing what I'm doing because it feels good in the moment? Like, sometimes that's not a bad thing, but then sometimes, like, I'm trying to be very intentional about the people I date, the friends that I keep around, the people I'm working around. Like, I'm very intentional about the things I do. So with that being said, I just had to really sit down and check myself and be like, okay, cool, you need to have a look at your life, and does any of these things align with what you're trying to do? If not, get the fuck on. Get on, girl. It's time. It is time to wrap it up. How many accents did I just do in the 3 seconds? She said, wrap it up. Okay, girl. But yeah, like, sometimes, like, setting boundaries as well can be quite uncomfortable for ourselves, because it's almost like you're having to look at the part of you that you probably wouldn't show other people, like the lazy you, like the just the you that isn't on top of their shit right now, or the depressed you, or the you that you wouldn't open up or let anybody else see. Like, before anyone was to come around, like, your space, you would make sure that it looks a complete different way. Like, a lot of us do that, but then at the end of the day, we still got to look ourselves in the mirror and look at the ugly truth. Is there more that we should be doing? Like, are we spending too much time a day focus on things we shouldn't be focused on, or not even things we shouldn't be focused on? Are we spending too much time a day fixating over things that, like, it does not contribute to your growth? It doesn't contribute to your growth whatsoever. So I'm just trying to be very intentional about how I spend my time, where I spend my time, and who I spend my time with. And it's easier said than done, for sure. It's definitely easier said than done. But I just want to start making, like, better decisions for myself, um because I've got so many things I want to achieve, and you know sometimes we have to nip certain things in the bud and look at what's really important. So yeah, I will be setting myself some boundaries with some discipline, um, and ways you can practice that as well. Like I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with my vlogs even before Vlogmas, you would have seen that I done a dry September, sober September. I cut out alcohol. I stopped smoking. Um, and it was actually really hard for me. Like people go on like that shit should just be easy. In our fucking generation, everyone smokes and drinks, all right? It's like, especially me being from a Caribbean background, like I'm Caribbean and Irish, okay? The mix up all of them tree there, they all drink heavily, okay? So like I've always just been somebody that likes to have a drink. The smoking thing was kind of extra, but yeah, I just had to cut it out because I wanted to cut it out for a month just to prove to myself that it wasn't becoming something that I was just doing just to do. I always have the motto, and I it's like my rule for drinking. I never drink to feel I never drink to feel better. I have to drink only to feel even better. So if I'm not in a good space, like a good mental space, I do not drink because it just never ends well. Whereas if I drink to feel even better, like to celebrate something, or like if I'm just in a good mood and I'm like self care, cooking myself dinner, let me have some wine, or going out with the girls, like then yeah. But yeah, sober September was lit because it just taught me discipline, and it just rebooted my mind to show me that okay, cool. If I can apply this here, then I can apply it in other areas of my life. It doesn't it's not it's hard for maybe like the first couple of weeks, and then after that it just becomes the normality. So if I apply that in other areas like work, you know, the first couple of weeks of me getting my business up off the ground out here in Toronto, it's been really difficult because I've had to start from scratch, which I didn't have to do that in London because I already had clientele. Whereas over here I'm having to start from scratch, but as the weeks are going on, it's getting easier because I'm meeting new people out here. I'm building my customers, like my clientele. I'm working with people. Like it's just getting easier. Same as in relationships. Like if if there's somebody that you know you shouldn't be messing with, or like you're the person that you're in a relationship right now, it doesn't serve you anymore, or whatever the case is, like yeah, cool, it might hurt for a couple of weeks, or it might even hurt for a shit fucking it might hurt for some time, okay? It might just hurt for some fucking time, all right? But we know after that you're going to be fine. You just got to get over the difficult part. And like once that's done, it's a breeze. And then you kind of feel like you can do anything and you can get through anything and so on. So I just applied that in other areas of my life. And that was how I started building on having discipline for my boundaries. They go hand in hand. So maybe guys could try that. I now do it like every month. Like I choose something every month to give up just to always practice like, okay, um, you know, moderation, babes. Like you can have something nice, but like don't think that that something nice needs to be every day because then it becomes something not nice. Do you get my drift here, guys? Hope I'm not waffling. But yeah, I don't know if you guys could use that and you know, apply it to your own daily routines or monthly routines or whatever. But yeah, definitely do that. And I'm really excited to see what good risks, okay? Risks within reason, guys, okay? I'm not talking about fucking doing some dumb activity shit, but like maybe like, I don't know, go speed dating or like apply for or audition for a part, like a role in something, or I don't know, go for a job that you think is so out of reach, like, and apply for it and just see what happens. Or like, I don't know, just do something that makes you feel nervous. Do something that makes you feel scared to do it. Do something that you're uncomfortable to do in terms of like an activity or like a new job like lane or something. Just do something, okay? To do with your career, love, life, family. And yeah, that'll be all for today. Um, and yeah, Capricorns, go for it. It is nearly the season, bitch. It is nearly the fucking season. but heavy on the risks and heavy on the boundaries with discipline. And I will see you guys in Vlogmas Day 7. I've got some really, really cute content coming up with the girls this weekend. So I hope you tune in. Please, please, please subscribe, like, and comment. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. TTYL.